I want to talk a little bit today about some parenting. So, talking about the way that we parent, how we develop our parenting styles and our techniques. A lot of times we parent either the exact opposite of the ways that we were parented, or sometimes we parent similarly to our parents. Often we are somewhere in between there. And so sometimes when you find people on either ends of the spectrums, there's problems. And so this is what I call parenting through your blind spot. Being able to see the blind spot of one particular end of parenting, where you might have more permissive parenting, where you are yesing everything, you're not creating boundaries, you're not setting expectations. And then there be more of the restrictive parenting, where you're more authoritative, you are creating expectations and demanding expectations. So being able to parent through these blinders that we have on our left and our right, and developing solid techniques that are not necessarily perfect parenting techniques, because on either ends of that parenting spectrum, people feel like those are the perfect parenting techniques. And what you end up creating is a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear in your children, where they may feel being a disappointment, a failure. And when you're parenting through your blind spots, you are creating more resilient children who are able to grow and to develop, and who are able to repair and recover from mistakes, from disappointments, from hurts and pains. And one of the key things that happens in that zone of parenting through your blind spots is talking to your kids about forgiveness. What does that look like? If I make a mistake, are you going to lay the hammer down to me on the authoritative side and shun me? Or if I make a mistake over here on the more permissive side, are you just going to let me just wild out and just do whatever? Of course, there's always that balance in between there. And so being able to talk to your children about forgiveness is one of the major things, because what happens in forgiveness? A mistake was made, a disappointment, a failure, but you're able to recover. Talk about recover, talk about repair, talk about resolve, talk about forgiveness in those spaces, so that your child is not ridden with anxiety, depression, disappointment. What happens if I disappoint my family or whoever, my friends, my teachers, because everyone is riding on me to be this perfect child. I mean, if I could just crack that window of perfectionism. We all have it sometimes, where we want to be perfect in everything. And I often will say, most days I am not 100%. Sometimes I'm 98, sometimes I'm 89. And on my really off days, I might be at a 10. But being able to be self-aware about that comes from building up resiliency factors, protective factors, supportive factors, where you know that I can be a 10 this day, but I have supports, I have resiliencies, I have protective factors that will get me back to my 98. And this is what we want to build in our children. So when we are parenting through those blind spots, we are watching out on both ends of those spectrums, so that way your child is confident that you are a safe space for them. Because also in that space of forgiveness and mistakes, when we're parenting in that particular realm, we become that safe space for them. And that's what you want. You want to be a safe, supportive space for your children. So that was kind of what I wanted to share today. Peace out. Bye.